My name's Walter Bienz and I'm the creative director of The Solid State, and we're going to do a breakdown of the Kelly Gang trailer, a sort of trailer anatomy class. Here we go.
You're a man now.
So this is a button.
You go out there and
Button is a kind of intro scene before the main trailer takes place. There's typically 3 acts to a trailer. There's an intro, then there's the stakes section, and then there's the kind of outro, the montage. This is the button, and it establishes kind of the theme of the whole thing. And in this trailer, he is told by his father's dead in front of him, and he's told by his mother that he's a man now and he's got to get out there and be a man. Straight away, we're creating empathy for the main character. I mean, he's lost his father, he's a boy, and you know, it's not hard to want to root for him, basically.
the world.
I have myself an indentured servant.
Then we see Russell Crowe, obviously key to get him in as early as possible.
Ned Kelly.
He names Ned Kelly, which is pretty important at the beginning of the trailer. And he puts him in a predicament, which is he gives him a gun and says, you know, take this guy down. So what we're doing here is we're establishing that Ned Kelly isn't a killer. He's not a born killer. He's given a gun and he's asked to do it by someone a lot older than him, and it's not his father. He's a victim in this world, it's clear, right?
Get a name for yourself.
So this is brilliant. This is Justin Kurzel doing his thing. So what we have is him flipping the gun on Russell Crowe. So, I mean, it's a great scene. We had to have it in there. In every version of the trailer we cut, this was always in there. It's the first moment you see him being active in the world. You want the character quickly, once you've learned to like him and you're rooting for him, to start to be an active character in the world and not be passive. It's very boring watching passive characters. So here he is turning the gun unexpectedly on the guy that's kind of parenting him through this part of the trailer. So that's the end of Act 1. So we're kind of now into the second part of the story.
Who's to teach you?
To kill men.
Nothing comes free in this world, son. Be who you are meant to be.
So there's kind of 3 beats here, and each beat is kind of building him up. He becomes a man in this first beat. You've still got the haunting kind of voice of the mother telling him that he's destined for great things.
You're not the man you pretend to be. You're a boy looking for a captain to tell him what to do.
You've got the English are finally introduced, so you've got the 2 levels of this world where you've got kind of the underclass and the upper class kind of fighting against each other. He's in that world, but he's physically fighting someone, and his mother's still haunting him with this, like, you're not the guy yet you're meant to be, become the man you're meant to be. And we start to introduce the idea that there's this child version of him, because we want to, A, demonstrate that this film works in this way, that it's much more than a slice of life of a Ned Kelly film or an action film about Ned Kelly. It's this psychological kind of examination of him as a character, and the man and the myth and the boy and all of those things kind of intertwined.
Warriors. And you all wear dresses.
We're just about to head into the 3rd act, and that's typically like the Dark Night of the Soul for any trailer. It's the moment that the character's broken before they become who they're meant to be. And so, you know, it's where the character's unleashed, essentially. So this is now going into the 3rd act of the trailer.
Nothing scares a man like crazy.
This idea is put in his mind. He's handed a dress and he's told nothing scares a man like crazy. So this is where he embraces for the first time now. Really, this is what the film's about, and I mean, that's what this moment tells you. And the music changes and it goes into this really kind of feel-good punk section.
You boys want to build an army? You're bloody bulletproof, boys!
This is an awesome moment, but it's probably the thing that tells you more than anything that this is a film unlike any other kind of Kelly films. He's got a whole heap of guys there. They're all lined up. They've got their helmets on, and they're mucking about like teenagers with these guns and with this weaponry, with the armour. We're going to the cast run here, which is obviously a classic sort of 3rd act thing to do, running through the cast. In this thing, we wanted to get each of the characters to express themselves, because it's 2 minutes. We can't get everyone saying everything we want in the story that we're telling of the trailer. So we kind of fit in very quick lines.
Don't, not now.
Alama sent me best.
Fuck off.
The man
We're very pleased that we got Russell to say fuck off in this.
cannot change the past, nor outrun his destiny.
We go into this boy-man section with the flickering graphics just to kind of cement the idea in the audience's mind that this is, A, it's not a film like anything you've seen before, but B, it's going to play with this psychological dynamic of the character between the boy and the man. And this scene now is really kind of defining that idea in the audience's mind. We're not left with the man, we're left with the boy. So the man looks up.
You're a man now. You're my little man.
And you see Essie say, you know, you're my little man, and he's just a boy inside. So, you know, we're definitely like, we're not leaving the boy behind in this story. Like, he comes right through. Then we go into this. It's quite unusual. This is where the trailer should end, but what we do is we escalate it to another level.
I am called the coldest murderer on record.
These quotes are just amazing quotes. I mean, a stroboscopic hallucinatory nightmare. I mean, how could you not use that? So we're just basically elevating it to this next level to make it into this grandiose kind of awesome, epic vision, and it is. So we need to demonstrate that to the audience with the way that we cut it and the music that we have. So we sucked out of the punk music here, and we go into this kind of, you know, ambient kind of sound bed that's, you know, in a way, like if you listen to it, it's got this kind of high-pitched kind of ringing in it, and it was a bit like we were thinking like, you know, if you were in that place with Ned and your bullets are hitting his head and you've got that ringing in your ears, it's kind of like you're trying to put the audience in that place as this kind of nightmare's playing out.
I am called the coldest murderer on record. But others, knowing the truth, would call me a hero.
Blood and ties and fires and lies and skin and blood.
So that was True History of the Kelly Gang, a really exciting project to work on. There's lots of different styles of trailers though, and whether you're working on a horror, a comedy, or an action film, you're always trying to do the same thing. You want to hook an audience, take them on a journey, and leave them wanting more.